Welcome to another Luck Scout bedtime story. In a distant land where the desert meets the sky, there lived a young traveller named Kyle. For as long as he could remember, Kyle had dreamed of exploring the world beyond the sandy dunes of his village. Every evening he would gaze up at the vast, star-filled sky, wondering what lay beyond the horizon. The stars seemed to call out to him, promising adventure and a sense of peace that his heart longed for. One calm evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in hues of amber and violet, Kyle decided to set out on a journey. With only a small satchel and his sturdy lantern, he joined a caravan that was travelling deep into the desert. The caravan was known for traversing the most beautiful and serene routes, far from the noise and bustle of the world. As the caravan set off, the rhythmic sound of the camels' footsteps and the soft murmur of the travellers filled the air. Kyle felt a sense of calm settle over him. The world around him seemed to slow, and the endless dunes stretched out like golden waves under the setting sun. With the stars beginning to peek through the deepening twilight, Kyle knew this journey was not just about reaching a destination, but about finding the quiet peace he had been longing for. As night fell, the caravan stopped to make camp beneath the vast open sky. The desert, so warm and bright during the day, now lay under a blanket of cool, soft sand. Above, the stars sparkled like diamonds, scattered across the velvety blackness, each one twinkling with a quiet, ancient wisdom. Kyle stood apart from the others, his gaze fixed on the sky. The desert was silent except for the occasional whisper of the wind, carrying with it a sense of timelessness. There was something about the desert night that felt deeply soothing, as if the stars themselves were singing a lullaby, inviting the travellers to rest. He spread out a blanket on the cool sand and lay down, his lantern flickering softly beside him. The stars seemed to move slowly across the sky, their gentle light casting a soft glow over the desert. Kyle felt a deep sense of peace wash over him, a feeling that the world was vast and beautiful, but also quiet and still, just as it was meant to be. As the night deepened, the travellers began to settle into sleep, lulled by the calm of the desert and the soft rhythm of the stars. Kyle closed his eyes, listening to the soft rustle of the sand and the distant sigh of the wind, feeling more at peace than he had in a long time. In the middle of the night, Kyle awoke to find the desert bathed in a soft silver light. The moon had risen, casting long shadows across the dunes, and the stars were brighter than ever. But what caught his attention most was something extraordinary. A path of glowing stardust stretched out before him, winding through the dunes as if leading him somewhere. Curious and calm, Kyle stood up and followed the glowing path. The air around him was cool and still, and each step he took felt light, as if the sand beneath his feet was gently guiding him forward. The path glimmered faintly in the moonlight, inviting him to walk deeper into the quiet night. As he followed the Stardust Trail, Kyle felt as though time had slowed, and the world had become a place of pure serenity. The stars above seemed to watch over him, their presence a quiet comfort, reminding him that even in the vastness of the desert, he was never truly alone. After walking for what felt like both moments and hours, Kyle arrived at a hidden oasis. In the center of the desert, surrounded by tall palm trees and the soft murmur of a crystal-clear spring. The oasis felt like a sanctuary of peace. The water shimmered under the light of the stars, reflecting the sky like a mirror. And the air was filled with the scent of jasmine and night-blooming flowers. Cale knelt by the edge of the spring and dipped his hand into the cool water. The touch of it was soothing like a balm for his soul, and as he sat beside the water, he felt the weight of the world slip away. The stars above and the still water below created a sense of perfect harmony, as if the universe itself had paused to offer him a moment of pure tranquility. He sat there for a long time, his heart full of gratitude for the peace he had found in this hidden oasis. The world was quiet, the stars were bright, and the water reflected their light in gentle ripples like a lullaby whispered by the desert itself. As the first light of dawn began to soften the edges of the night, Cale knew it was time to return to the caravan. The journey had given him more than he had ever expected. Not just adventure, but a deep sense of peace and connection to the world around him. He had found the stillness he had longed for, not just in the desert, but within himself. With the glowing stardust path fading behind him, Cale walked back to the camp, where the travellers were beginning to stir. The sun was rising, casting a golden light over the dunes, and the stars were slowly retreating into the daylight. But the calm they had brought with them remained, resting in Cale's heart like a gentle promise. As you lie in your bed tonight, dear listener, imagine yourself walking along the stardust path, feeling the cool desert air and the soft glow of the stars above. Let the story of Cale's journey fill your heart with peace and serenity. Remember that no matter how vast the world may seem, there is always a place of stillness within you waiting to be found. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let go of all your worries. The stars will guide you to a night of restful and soothing dreams, and a tomorrow filled with calm and light. Good night.